I've been punched in the face all day, every day, for 20 years with Spartan. And I just have to constantly remind myself, wait a minute, I'm doing this to change 100 million lives. Number one, most important thing you have to do is find your purpose. What is that thing that is going to pull you through hell? Because we all go through hell when we're trying to achieve something great. That's just reality. If you don't have that figured out, if you don't know, look, you can't get into a car and not know what address to type in to your GPS. You're not going to go anywhere. You're going to go in circles. So if you don't have that guiding light, that purpose, that place you're going, the reason you're doing this, you're not going to get there. Any entrepreneur that you read about, that you're inspired by, they typically have nailed their purpose. I spent some time with Richard Branson on his island. Here's a guy whose purpose is clearly to have fun, to make life an adventure for himself and those around him. And we're sitting on the island and a storm rolls in. I mean a serious storm, to the point where they're like bringing in all the boats, no one's allowed out. And he looks at me and he goes, want to go sailing? And of course, I'm going to say yes. So here's a guy that sticks true to his purpose, right? He's got to have fun. Those around him have to have fun. And life is an adventure. And never, let's never forget that. And so I found myself drinking seawater that day, having fun on his adventure. So there's a guy that's purpose really lines up with his daily actions. And when we look at Richard Branson's businesses, they're all fun, adventurous businesses. Even Virgin Airlines is meant to give you an experience on that plane, unlike any other flight, right? Everything he does is meant to provide fun and adventure. Think about all his businesses. There's a famous hierarchy of needs created by Dr. Maslow. And at the bottom of this pyramid, if you could envision it, is I just want water, food, and shelter, right? Like you can't be looking to change lives if you're starving. So at first we need water, food, and shelter, and then we work our way up the pyramid, and eventually we want self-actualization, right? We want to do great things, and I had to fight my way up that pyramid. You're going to have to fight your way up that pyramid. And once you've got some water, food, and shelter, maybe your purpose will change, like mine did. Water, food, and shelter, by the way, in business is like, you got to be profitable. You got to be funded. You got to be able to make payroll every week. Once you're able to do all those things, you can do some greater things. For me, it's about changing 100 million lives. I want to change 100 million lives. Now, there's lots of smaller goals along the way, right? We got to change 1 million lives. We want to get to 45 countries. Our goal is to have a bunch of brands under one roof that help people transform. Those are lots of goals along the way, all on a journey to changing 100 million lives. Now, I did not know early on that I wanted to change 100 million lives. That was my purpose. Early on, when I was young and I started my first business, my purpose was, I want to know if I'm tough enough. That was it. That was my purpose. That was my guiding light. I want to know if I'm tough enough. Can I do this? Can I hang with the big boys? And then after about 10 years of that, and I got a little confidence, it became, can I make money? I went to Wall Street. That became my purpose. I need to make money. And then after I made some money and I could feed the family, my purpose became, I want to help people. So your purpose can change throughout life, but it is that guiding principle, that thing that pulls you through hard times, that wakes you up in the morning, that gets you to stay up an extra 3 hours at night when you're exhausted, because I know I'm changing lives. I want to do this. It doesn't feel like work. Great, Joe. I'm buying in. I get it. I need to figure out my purpose. How the hell do I do that? Very hard. Very hard to figure out what your purpose is, what that guiding light is. Here's a couple of hacks on how to do it. Number one, get a big piece of paper. On the left side, all the things you love. On the right side, all the things you hate. And scan that list. See if it gives you clues. If they all bubble up into areas like, oh, for me, I hated sitting at a desk. I hated typing. I said I would never, ever do that. I wanted to be outside. Sure enough, I found myself for the large part of the beginning of my career sitting in an office, and I hated it. And when the going got tough, I wanted to get out of there, right? So lay out the things you love, lay out the things you hate, see what clues you can find. Number 2, ask yourself a couple of key questions. What would you do if you had all the money in the world? What would you do? You could do anything. The answer to that probably ties back to the things you love. You'll see how that ties together, right? Next question to ask yourself. What would you do if it was your last day on earth? Maybe it's the same thing that you'd do if you had all the money in the world. Again, maybe it ties back to those things you love. And it certainly shouldn't be, you shouldn't be looking to do something that's on the list of things you hate if it's your last day on earth. Now, once you've got all that gathered together, there's one final question. This one's deep, and you gotta really think on this one. What would you do if you knew you'd fail anyway at it? I had a friend, he said, he owned a gym, an MMA gym. He said, I had this guy come in every day, 10 years, Joe. He got his ass kicked every single day he'd come into the gym. But he loved it. And so if you find that thing you love, that's what we're trying to do here with this exercise, you're gonna go into the gym every day. You're gonna get your ass kicked every day because that's what entrepreneurs do. They get their ass kicked every day. But you keep showing up, you keep coming back because you love it. You love that space you're in. You've written down what you love, you've written down what you hate, you gotta consider your values and beliefs, right? Do they line up? You value health and wellness, but you believe it's okay to sell things that aren't so healthy to customers. That doesn't line up. They have to line up, otherwise you're gonna find yourself in a situation years from now where you're like, I don't wanna do this. This sucks, because the things you value are not lined up with your beliefs, the things you're actually doing, right? So, you can value different things throughout your life. Just make sure that your actions, that the business you're in, that the things you're doing, that the things you believe line up to that big thing that you're valuing. If after that entire exercise you still can't figure out your purpose, one other thing you could do is talk to those around you. Talk to those people that really know you, your family, your friends, and say, look, you know me a long time. What do I really love? And I've had people say that they couldn't see it and those around them could. So there's a chance that the people around you are able to tell you better than you can tell yourself what your purpose in life is, what that thing is that you're truly passionate about. Now you know your purpose. Hopefully you've nailed that. You're in business and the going got tough. You lost your best salesperson, your factory burned down, your competitors are eating your lunch tomorrow, whatever it may be. You have to constantly remind yourself why you're doing this. I mean, I've been punched in the face all day, every day, for 20 years with Spartan. And I just have to constantly remind myself, wait a minute, I'm doing this to change 100 million lives. Hey, Joe, take a look at that email that just came in. That person said that they just lost a bunch of weight, they're back with their husband, they're back with the wife, they gave up drinking. That's why I'm doing this. And so it helps me get through the tough times. It's like a magnet. So feel free to keep it written in your back pocket as to why you're doing this, why you wake up early every day, why you fight the entire world to be successful at this endeavor. And it'll help you get through that day. It helps me.
Hey guys, hope you're loving our videos and that you're getting heaps of value from them. If you are, make sure to hit the like button and make sure to subscribe to join the Founder Fam. If you did enjoy this video and want to continue to master your skills, make sure you click here to access your free training now, where we'll go into way more depth with this founder.